Why is it that Christianity shaped Western civilization? Before I say anything, some people have been saying, oh, like you don't say hi. Hello. Let's get into the video. One of the most overlooked ideas and facts of history is the profound influence that Christianity has had on the development of Western civilization. Many people today assume that religion was just largely an obstacle to progress, and that science, human rights, and even modern institutions developed in spite of Christianity rather than because of it. But I want to prove them wrong. When historians actually examine the origins of many Western institutions, they discover something surprising. I hope it surprises you. Christian ideas played a central role in shaping the moral and intellectual foundations of the West. Now, what do I mean by this? Understanding this influence helps explain why concepts such as human dignity, charity, education, and even scientific inquiry and discovery developed in the way that they did. And that's what we're going to be talking about in this video. Let's start with the Christian idea of human dignity. One of the most important contributions of Christianity to Western thought is this idea that every human being possesses inherent dignity and worth. And that comes from the Bible, and that comes from us reflecting God. This idea comes exactly from our teachings that human beings are created in the image of God. For example, we have Genesis 1:27 that says, "So God created mankind in his own image, male and female he created them." In the ancient world, this idea was revolutionary. Like, let me tell you, nowadays it's like, oh, it's fine. But in many Asian societies, people were valued primarily based on their status, powers, social class, even their sex. Slavery was widespread in the Roman Empire. I mean, infanticide, which is the killing of unwanted infants, was just general practice. Like everybody would do it. And the weak and the vulnerable were frequently disregarded. Now, Christianity introduced a radically different vision that every single person, regardless of their status or wealth, bears the image of God and therefore possesses intrinsic value. Over time, this belief helped shape the Western understanding of human rights and equality. Do you see how, like, people basically, in a few words and simple terms, people would not see all humans equally, but the Bible did, and that influenced into our human rights nowadays, that everybody deserves the same kind of treatment and has the same rights. And I am a teacher, so I want to talk to you about Christianity and education. Christianity played a significant, a huge role in the development of education, even though you may not believe it. Many of the earliest universities, baby unis, in Europe were founded within a Christian context. For example, the University of Bologna in 1088, the University of Paris in the 12th century, and the Oxford University that was established in the 11th century. They emerged from cathedral schools that were connected to the church. And the goal of these institutions was not just to like provide knowledge, but to pursue knowledge about both natural world and theology. So Christian thinkers believed that studying creation was a way of understanding the work of the creator. And as a result of that framing, so many discoveries came. And this perspective contributed intellectually to the environment that we find today, which is called the scientific exploration, right? Like we're using the scientific method to discover so many things. And another feature or characteristic of the Christian influence was the development of organized charity. In the Roman world, charitable care for the poor was not really a central social institution, but Christianity emphasized compassion for the vulnerable. It's all over the Bible. Even Jesus' own teachings again and again said, you need to care for the poor, you need to care for the sick, and the people who are marginalized, the widows. I mean, Matthew 25:40, Jesus says, whatever you did for one of the least of these brothers and sisters of mine, you did it for me. So that's such a wordy verse to me because in Spanish it's a little bit easier to remember. But it basically means if you treat one of these people that are considered weakest or that nobody wants, the most marginalized, then you are doing that action for me. When you took care of them, you're taking care of me. When you gave them food, water, shelter, you did that for me. And as Christianity spread through the Roman Empire, believers began organizing systematic care for widows, orphans, and the sick, just like how Jesus taught them. And many historians note that the earliest forms of hospitals, orphanages, and charitable institutions emerged within Christian communities. It was because of these Christians and their love for the people and all that, and the love for their love of creatures of God, that they wanted to do something. And it may also surprise some of you that many pioneers of modern science were themselves Christians. And if you're like, oh my word, you're crazy, what are you talking about? Let me drop you some names. Um, Isaac Newton, Johannes Kepler, Robert Boyle, and Blaise Pascal. They believed that studying the natural world was a way of understanding God's creation. The belief that, oh my word, my nose is so itchy. I do apologize. The belief that the universe was created by a rational creator encouraged the idea that the world operates according to consistent laws that can be discovered through observation and experimentation. And that's basically science. This intellectual framework helped lay the foundation for the scientific revolution of the 17th century. Without Christianity, we would not have it. Now, to end this video, I just want to say that Western civilization has been shaped by many influences, of course, not just Christianity, but Christianity played a significant role in its development. The biblical vision of human dignity influenced the development of human rights. We said that very clearly. Now, Christian institutions help foster education, intellectual inquiry, and thinking, and it led us to so many discoveries. And the teachings of Jesus inspired traditions or these charities to care for the vulnerable. And the belief in a rational creator contributed to the rise of scientific investigation. So, guys, understanding this history does not mean that you're going to ignore the failures of Christians throughout the centuries, because poet is perfect. But it does highlight the profound ways in which Christian ideas helped shape the moral and the cultural foundations of the modern world. Now, at its core, Christianity is not just about what you're doing outwardly. It's not merely a historical influence. That's not the point of Christianity. It is a message about God entering history through Jesus Christ and inviting humanity into a restored relationship with Him.